Good morning. Welcome to my channel. I get ready for work at work here at Naples Mattress. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whichever time you are watching said video. I have two palettes with me today. Charlotte Tilbury Starry Eyes to Hypnotize and Pat McGrath something. Not sure which one I want to use, so let's open this one up and make a decision. Usually I only have one palette with me, or sometimes two, but I have an idea of what I want to do. Oh, jeepers. Well, Pat McGrath. What's this called? Bijoux Brilliance eyeshadow palette in Lunar Nightshade. Can you read upside down? Because I can read upside down. I don't know if that's a useful skill. I don't know if that's a unique skill or not. I'm going to think about this. I guess I don't need the box for the Pat McGrath. I'm keeping it, obviously. I got it in a beauty box, I believe. It wasn't the Allure. It was the Icon box, the last Icon box in BoxyCharm, I think is where I received this palette. How cute and perfect for travel. I'm leaning towards this one, but I'm not sure. I'm going to think on it. Oh, yesterday's eye look, I matched my eyeshadow to my shoes, my new shoes. It was a very bright, vibrant, Juvia's Place, I think the Zulu palette. Eyeshadow look. Mwah. It stayed put all day. I had primed my eyes with the matte fluid eye paint from About Face. Worked great. I mean, when I wash my makeup off at 10 o'clock at night, I know, it's past my bedtime, it was just as vibrant and beautiful, non-creased gorgeousness as I put it on at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, whatever time it is. 8:04 is when I start doing my makeup. 10 o'clock at night, eyeshadow look beautiful. And if you have a chance to pick up one of these Fenty Beauty Gloss Balm Sticks, get it on sale. It's $25. A little bit much for a lipstick, but so good. Very much enjoyed this yesterday as well. I do love a pop of color. I tend to do neutral work eye looks for work. I mean, I am at work, but that pop of color was so good. So I'm gonna get myself ready off camera. Prep my skin for a foundation. I'm gonna use that First Aid Beauty Bounce Serum, which is more of a moisturizing cream type consistency, quite lovely. The Grown Alchemist Hydra Restore Day Cream, nice and thick. I do need a thick moisturizer. I have 46-year-old dehydrated winter skin. My skin's dehydrated when it's not winter, but it's dry. I'm going to use as well the First Aid Beauty Hydrating Eye Cream with Hyaluronic Acid underneath my eyeballs. And I'm also going to cement my eyebrows in a upward position, get my hair out of the way, wet my beauty blender, and I'll be right back and we'll get into the eyeshadow, whichever one I decide I'm going to use. See you in a minute. Prepped, primed, ready to roll. Got a little P. Louise eye base underneath my eye. Oh, I forgot to put eye patches on. I have these eye patches I got on Amazon that I was trying to use up. I'm going to forego them today because I forgot. I think I want to use the Pat McGrath. So there's no... I mean, I guess we could go with the satin transition shade. Neptune, that's not Neptune Orchid. Maybe that's Neptune Orchid. Platinum Moonlight, I guess. For the crease. We'll have a shimmery crease. Sure. Pat McGrath shadows. If you've not used them, gorgeousness. Well, that's lovely. Very light satin shade, working lovely. So yesterday, I am in a mattress store. I do sell mattresses. I made a sale. It was the biggest sale I've ever made, I think ever. I can't remember. I'm gonna have to ask. Because my memory. I wrote a quote in August of last year for a number of mattresses for a little hotel motel in Fort Myers Beach. If you know anything about Southwest Florida, about 3 years ago, we got hit with a pretty devastating hurricane that took out most of our Fort Myers Beach. Scenes of this little hotel got pretty devastated. I'm going to go into this shade for the crease. It must be Midnight Iris or it must be Midnight Iris. So I wrote the quote. Didn't think much of it. Was waiting for the person to get back to me. I can't remember the original name. I'm not going to say names anyways. But no word. Just hanging out with the quote. The management of this property changed, and the procurement of mattresses was handed to someone else. Along with the handing over of responsibilities was the handing over of my quote from August. So I talked to this very lovely and funny woman last week. Early last week, I want to say. Maybe it was late. I don't remember. And we finalized some numbers of how many of this mattress and that mattress. We have a particular mattress called the Vista that works very well for hotel, motel, bed and breakfast type situations. So it was that mattress in a numerous quantity. Last week we went over some numbers and pricing, but one of the residents, I guess you would say, who were going to live there, maybe it was a permanent resident, I don't ask a lot of questions, wanted to have some puffies in one of the rooms. And I told the lady I was talking to the price of said puffies. They're price regulated, so I really can't do deals on them. She was gonna refer back to the client to see if that number was acceptable for said twin size puffies. So I was like, all right. I sent her a copy of the email with the updated amounts. She sent an email to Jerry, the owner, yesterday, because when we make a sale, the invoice, or we write a quote, the invoice gets emailed to the client. She responded to the email that sent her the quote and wanted to change the quantities. So I got the phone call. Why don't you reach out to her, blah, blah, blah. So I called her, and we updated it again and finalized it. Booyah. It was so nice. Takes a little bit of pressure off. I have sales goals each month. Take a little bit of pressure off the sales goals for a couple of days. I mean, I'm not gonna try any less. Like, I'm not gonna not try very hard to make a sale, but no, I am going to try just as hard to make a sale. But it takes a little bit of the pressure because I want to do well. I'm kind of that type of person who wants to be like, I guess a teacher's pet complex. I want to be like the best. I don't think that's a bad thing. Yeah, but a little bit of less pressure to be the absolute best. My favorite part, this palette. That is a gorgeous purple. Look at that purple. The middle shade calls to me, of course. Maybe we'll do, let's glitter glue. Let's really, yesterday's look was so pretty. I love color. I love color so much. That's why I love eyeshadow. We're gonna use some NYX glitter glue to really make these sparkles pop. I'm gonna start in the center of my eye and work outward. You don't need a whole heck of a lot. I did some training yesterday. A little bit of training. Not a new employee. An old employee is back. One of my faves of all time is back. So we just got him up to speed. If you can't tell by my smile, I'm very happy. I think I want to go into this green here on the end, which Platinum Moonlight, Neptune Orchid, whatever it is, and put this on the center of the eyelid. Packing motion. Ooh, that's pretty. Goodness, Pat. Love. Packing motion. Yes. Brilliant. Bijoux Brilliant. Good night, Irene. I don't know where that saying comes from, but it works. It works in this situation. Now, with this middle shade, which is Pale Amethyst, I'm going to go into the inner corner. Blend it into that green, teal gorgeousness. I'm going to grab my little Beauty Blender puff, stretch my eye a little bit, and really try to blend those two shades in the front together. Yes. Color switching it before I put it away, and then go back into that purple. With a medium fluffy and kind of pack it to really deepen up that outer corner. Blending it with that green-ish teal gorgeousness. So I've been noticing on my ride in as I passed the front of the store, there was a suitcase and a bag on the ground, on the sidewalk, like a a big suitcase, and I'd been seeing it for quite a number of days. Out there in the elements. So when I got here, I dragged it inside. And I went through it a little bit. Just to find some information. To try to get it back to whoever it is. It's just out there. I mean, it hasn't rained recently, but it's gonna. So I'm gonna say this person's name on camera if you're in Southwest Florida and this name rings a bell. I have his stuff. His name is Chris Barone. He was born in 1996. I don't know where he is. There were some telephone numbers in the stuff. I'm going to try to call. But if the name Chris Barone rings a bell, and he's looking for his, what seems like his belongings, all his belongings, maybe in between housing situation, a homeless situation. I don't know what the situation is. I don't want his stuff to get stolen or destroyed in the elements. So please email me at northnaples@naplesmattress.com and help us find Chris Barone. Let me see how to spell it. Barone. I don't know. Let us prime the face. Been loving. Gonna do it today. Leaves a glowy base. Juvia's Place. A liquid luminizer. Into my hand. Essence Jelly Grip Primer. $5. Yes and yes. And then we're gonna go in with the E.L.F Soft Glam because it's fantastic. So I'm gonna do this off camera because it's boring. I'm gonna prime and blend out the base. Medium buildup coverage, long lasting. 1% hydrating hibiscus complex. It's a great foundation for a drugstore. I think it's $10. The shade I'm using is 21 Light Neutral. Now, I'm not particularly light, but I am a neutral undertone, so it works. I haven't been tanning in quite a few days. It still works. We're gonna make it work. I'll be right back with my base on. All right, foundation on. It kind of settled a little bit in the texture on my forehead, as you can see there. But I have texture on my forehead, so what are you gonna do? Let's go in with this E.L.F Camo bronzer and contour. Great shade. 2 dots. Couple dots. Pigmented, but very blendable. Sigma F80 Air. Woo! Hello. Well, that was the proper amount. That got out of control. It's okay. Beauty blender. Calm it down. We're okay. We're okay. We're okay. Oh, I love makeup. This Sigma F80 Air is my favorite cream bronzer blending situation because the foundation is a little light. The contouring portion of the makeup really does bring it together. That got a little crazy. But we are okay. Extra contoury today. That's okay. Use the beauty blender, blend it out. since we're Pat McGrath eyes, I don't have Pat McGrath cream or liquid blush. So let's open the Pat McGrath blush palette that I have with me. See which kind of blush we want to use. I'm going to go in with this shade. No, I think I used that yesterday. Maybe we'll use a little of this. No. Let's use this. NYX. No, didn't we use this yesterday? Yeah, let's use it. NYX Yummy Skin Blush in Rose in Brunch. Hank and Henry brush, a little more dense, so it's great for creams. Yeah, that'll do nicely. I need to go right up under the eye with my blush. And then we'll like mellow it out a little bit with concealer. That is a gorgeous blush. Every time I use it, I'm like, ah, that's nice. Would I buy more shades? Yes. Do I want to buy NYX latest eyeshadow palette that I think was sold out? I don't know for sure. Yes, I do. $128 or something. That's a lot. That's a lot. Conceal. Conceal the deal. I think I want to use today. I'm digging in the box over here because it's big packaging. This Fine Art Beauty Flawless Finish Concealer, quite light. Put a dollop on my hand. Use the other side of the E.L.F Cosmetics foundation brush. Just really work it into the brush. Let it sink in a skosh while I figure out what bronzer I want to use. I don't need any more pigment, that's for sure. Let's Hourglass bronzer. Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette in Diffused Edit. After I blend out this concealer. I love the Real Techniques beauty blenders and brushes. Reasonably priced, wonderful quality. Goofy face necessary. Gorgeousness. Let's set the under eyes with this Pat McGrath under eye powder. It's just a little compact of powder. So I'm just going to set everywhere I just put that concealer. It's a very finely milled powder. Win. Hourglass. Bronze Light. Real Techniques, my favorite bronzer brush. To just set that cream bronzer. Looking bronze today. Looking bronze today. Looking bronze today. Love these Hourglass powders. If you have a chance to pick one up, or if your birthday is coming, put it on your wish list. They're gorgeous. Every one I've ever used has been gorgeous. Rude Cosmetics Blush Brush. Now, by the pigment level of this blush, just in the pan, leads me to believe that it's quite pigmented. So I'm going to be gentle as possible. Really work it in them cheeks. Win. Ever so slightly glowy. Bounced it. Bounced it. Am I blush blind? High chance. High chance I'm blush blind. I'm just going to go over the edge of everything with the Beauty Blender. Give it a more seamless look. Good. Good. So off camera, I'm going to fill in my eyebrows. Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer in the shade Soft Brown. I'm going to put in my tight line Lancome 24 Drama Liquid Pencil. I'm going to curl my lashes and go in with Tried and True Rare Beauty Great Lengths Mascara. Yesterday I mean me, used the Benefit Fan Fest. I like it. I don't love it. But we'll see. I'm gonna keep using her. She's not on the chopping block. She's under review. So I'm gonna do all of those things. Pick what I want to do for a lip combo. I was kind of thinking I wanted to duck plump. I was feeling like I wanted to have plump lips today. I'll be right back once I get all of those things on my face. Also, while I was off camera, I finished my under eyes and set my face with the Makeup Forever Mist and Fix. So I just put a little of this purple in the outer corners and then blended it out with the bronzer from the Hourglass palette, because I don't really like sparkles underneath the eyes. We don't need to draw any attention to under my eyes. This Rare Beauty Great Lengths Mascara is my absolute favorite. It's my favorite. I want to try again today. This lip base from P. Louise. I'm going to use the lip base with this NYX lip pencil in the shade Natural, and then we're going to duck plump. I'm going to see how this works while the mascara underneath my eyes dries. You just need just an ever so dot of it. It's quite pale. Look at it. I look crazy. I do love the 90s concealer lip. This is right up my alley, just like this. But we're going to use it as it's intended, a lip base. I'm just gonna pat it out. My little baby puff. I got this in an Amazon full face of makeup. Let's dry it. $6 Amazon fan. If you ever want to rush your makeup along, grab yourself a fan. NYX Lip Pencil Shade Natural. It should make the lip look, even though we're using a gloss, maybe, possibly, potentially, the lip combo will last longer. Let's hope. Love that color too. Thank you, NYX. Let's Duck Plump. It's not the most painful thing I've ever used, but it's spicy. That's pretty. She's gonna go on the desk. It's called Nude Swings. Love a nude lip. Let's scrape off. Ooh, it's already spicy. Scrape off the mascara I got on my inner corners. Spoolie it off. Not a whole heck of a lot today, did pretty good. Easy peasy. I think I want to further set. Let's Laura Mercier translucent, this is quite a mouthful, translucent loose setting powder, ultra blur tone up powder in the shade Rose. I bought this gorgeous puff from Amazon, Blend and Snap, so soft, specifically for this powder. I'm gonna put a lot in the cap apparently. I'm gonna dip in with this puff. That's a lot. Kind of smoosh it into the puff. Set the T-zone. Ooh, that's gorgeous. Calm. That just, not mattified, but took the shine down in the center of my face. Oh, I love that powder. There's nothing like a good powder. And I have two. Both of these powders are fantastic. Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder, the original version. I have the Rare Beauty Finishing Powder. I have the Hourglass Diffuse Light, which I'm going to diffuse light a little bit. My cheeks. A little on my forehead. Just diffuse light Sitch. Winning. Thanks for hanging me out. Hanging out with me while I get ready today. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you feel like it. Hit the notification bell to be notified of all my future uploads. Every day that I get ready for work, at work, I film it. Check out the video that YouTube thinks you want to watch next. You know what? I think I'm going to link the yesterday's eye look because it was so pretty. I'm very proud of it. See you in my next video.